All right, so now let's look at how to navigate around with a touch screen. So this is the world you're in, no matter what world you're in. If you are holding a touch screen kind of in your hands, you can also use your finger. But if you touch and hold on an area that's not down here grass, where I can actually see like my cross, the little box, then it allows you to move basically your head up and down and move around. And so that's how you navigate as far as looking. It's the same thing as if somebody were using the mouse and moving it left and right. If you want to walk, the bottom left, you'll see these arrow keys. And so if you touch and hold the arrow key, you can walk in the same direction. You can see my position is changing on the coordinates. And if I slide to the left there, you can see I'm going right towards those picks. If I double tap, you can see I'm starting to run, and then I just let go, and there they are. Okay, so that's just looking around and navigating. If I press the left button, it's kind of like a side step to the left. I still stay relatively the same position, unless I move my head around, and then I sidestep, and it's a little different. And then you can go backwards. And then that middle button really is just, there's kind of in there corners. Ooh, did you see what I just did? So since I wasn't up and I was touching the screen in a different spot than those actual arrows, I actually started mining. So when you touch and hold any area with your touch screen, you are actually mining. Usually I just touch for a second and let go, and it actually mines that area. So now I have these big holes in there. Before I go and actually use the inventory and fix those holes, we'll do that in another video. I want to show you how to fly up to kind of see what's going on. So on the right side, you have this diamond. And if I tap the diamond, it's just like jumping, which is the same as a space bar if you're on a PC or Mac. But if I double tap it, now I fly. And the reason I know I'm flying is because I see a paper doll up there on the left side. So that paper doll is actually showing my character. Seeing my character is looking straight. Now it's shaking its head. Now it's looking down. And so that's why I know I'm flying. If I want to continue flying up, I just hold the arrow and I can look down and see this. And if I want to go down, I just hold that arrow pointing down. If I want to not go down slowly, but go down kind of with a just stop flying, I double tap that middle kind of spiral staircase, and notice I kind of did a large thump to the ground. And so that's really just navigating on a touch screen. The rest of the stuff is we can get into in the user interface with pulling up different objects and things. But as far as just moving around and navigating inside of here, there are other buttons, and we'll talk about the inventory, which is these three dots. I'll get back into there, and that's your items. The chat box up here is meant for you to type in commands. It also has kind of what a running scale of what's been done in the game itself. This is where you can also change and open up Code Builder. You can you can teleport people. You can set the time to a different time of day. And then remember that was locked. And then the weather can change too. So if I want it to rain, and then I hit enter. So now it starts raining. So that's just under the chat. And of course, in that area, that's where we would run some commands if we were doing with Code Builder. And also it would allow us to talk to other players in multiplayer world. Now, if I hit pause, middle button, this brings up my ability to go back to my settings, save and exit, or go directly to my resource link. And then you have the robot there, which is your agent, and it'll bring up your editor. I'll press it again so you can see, and you can choose the editor. Mainly I use would be make code, but there's also Python, but the make code is within Python. These are actually Python notebooks, the second one. And unless you have Tinker or have a license with Tinker, it does work. but it's kind of you'd have to have the subscription. So make code is where you would go there. And then there's your little agent. So if I need to back away, one of the things I can do is to remove that agent. So I'll just do that real quick before we get out. So I do a slash command, and then I type in slash remove space. And then you can see on the top there, it's going to show all the things you can remove. And so you can't really remove yourself, but unless you were in a survival mode, and then you would actually die right away. So I'm going to just do at C, and that means my agent. And then I hit the little arrow there, and the agent goes away. And the agent's there to help you code. It actually does some of the coding commands that you'll have them do. All right, so that's just navigating around. The next video, we'll talk more about the inventory, and then we'll look at building and destroying things. And you saw me kind of destroy things anyway.